It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to the Empowered Harmonizers, and a huge shout out to all those who are steadily working their recovery journal and the recovery dates so far this year. You know, there's a lot of statistics that say that really by mid-February, only about 8% of those people who had made resolutions or commitments or goals for themselves really even stay with it even after a month. So it's so important to work this sort of program on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis, for you to really reap the results, to get the dreams manifested, to have those aha moments where you're feeling better and you're really making progress and you're taking your life, your happiness, your health, your relationships to the next level. So here is much support going out. You guys go and do it. Get your recovery appointment book, get your recovery journal, get your vision board together. And we're going to be going a little bit more in depth into the importance of having and surrounding yourself with positive visions. But before we get started, I just want to zoom in and focus in on today's topic, which is really understanding how narcissists can relate to others and the detriment that it can cause, especially when a narcissist just views others as an extension of themselves. They're not able to, once they have a supply, those people who are in a close relationship with them, they essentially view these people as supply or extensions of themselves. In other words, they're not really able to have empathy, which means being able to have a sensitivity to the feelings, wishes, dreams, desires, or experiences of another as distinct and separate and unique, and to have really respect for those. In other words, to be able to feel when someone is hurting or feel when someone is happy, to understand when someone is down and out, or if they're struggling, and to not feel threatened by it. To know that there's a distinct, person out there, and to know that, they can relate to you as a distinct and separate person and can be there for you. Sorry, I have something in my eye. To be there for you in your times of joy or your times of sorrow and not really be thrown off balance for that. Excuse me, I have something in my eye. And also, to be able to enjoy people who are different. But then, and to feel really you can feel really when you are around someone who is heart-centered or who is not narcissistic, because you feel like they can appreciate you, respect you, love you, and be connected to you without feeling threatened, without needing to criticize you, judge you, throw you against the wall. You just feel that there is an acceptance taking place, and that you are okay and that they are okay, and you might share some interests, you might share a lot of interests, there's a whole spectrum, but you feel that there's a sort of empathy. They get that you're having a human experience. Now, the narcissist, they tend to treat all others as extensions of them. In other words, they don't have empathy. They don't really give respect to others. A very funny quip that I had read by a therapist is that, narcissists don't take relationships, they take prisoners. It's really kind of, the effect is that it's very difficult to be in a relationship with these people because they just see others as an extension of themselves. You really don't have the right to your own opinion, to voice things, to be heard. People end up becoming depersonalized, especially if this is kind of a very charming narcissist. They become charmed by this person or bullied by this person, and then take on their superiority as to take, kind of shelter in their wings. And they tend to then hammer in that they are just meant to be backseat, second fiddle, under the wings of this charming narcissist or this very strong personality. And so when you are in this relationship and experiencing this, it is because the narcissist really is very much like the fair weather friend. They're only there when the sun shines, and if the sun is shining perfectly and you are doing well. If you're not, you have perfect, impeccable social graces, perfect, impeccable job, grades in school, only the finest colleges, or whatever it is that they are looking for in their narcissist supply. You know, the outer shell, relating to only to others as kind of the outer shell experience, where they're not seeing that there's a person in there, a heart in there, a living human being who can get sick, who can have bad days, who can have an experienced loss or grief, who can experience struggle and need a good, a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen to them. That you're not going to find the narcissist extending themselves in this way, because they will jump ship. They will, slam it down, if there's, anything where they might have to then be there to support you. They're not going to be the type of people who are visiting you in the hospital, who are calling you to see how your job interview went, to make sure that everything is okay, to listen to your sob stories. They feel it's a waste of their time because, quote unquote, it's not making them look good. Your hair might be out of place. Your phone might have a smudge on it. I mean, they can have these high standards, and then what it then creates is a sort of pressurized socialization to be around them, because they only view others as an extension of themselves. They're not able to see that. In other words, especially with narcissistic parenting, they're the people who will fight with the coaches. My son or daughter, didn't make that error, call them safe. I mean, they are very uncomfortable, having human experiences with people. I mean, they try to be more human than human. This creates a lot of pressure for others who are their supply to be around, because they have to always live up to their standards, and they cannot live according to their own standards. And so when you're in this narcissistic relationship, you might feel like there's always a measuring stick being held to you. You have to be a specific way that they are putting forth versus how you genuinely are. You feel like, did you measure up 3 feet here? Did you measure up 2 feet there? Were you 8 feet there? And then before you know it, the guidepost has been raised, or it's been moved, and you're wondering what you did wrong. It's because the narcissist will always tend to view others as an extension of themselves, and they don't have the ability, the skill set, the quality of empathy to be able to relate to and resonate with others' personal human experience. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.